how do you approach writing lyrics? Like, are you, in terms of, is it more about storytelling or kinds of allegory or symbolism? Like, how do you think about the way you write lyrics?
Right. For Senyawa specific, the way I approach lyrics, how I write lyrics is always different for every project. Very different mindset and approach and method. So for Senyawa specifically, is because Senyawa's the theme is always following what albums that we're working on, and then what is the angle of that album. So some album doesn't have any words at all. Some album just try to tackle like spiritual things, but it's always the connection between, if Senyawa, in Senyawa is always the connection between human and nature, right, or spirituality or something like that. And it's always, so it's always about what album it is lyrics is for. So the Sek Acaraki album, for example, is full on. It's very full lyric, very lyrical. But that at that point, Senyawa is just 3 years old, you know. And then I was not really sure about the direction of the band at that time. So we just formulating. So I just put, you know, just normally as I write lyrics that will fit to what I felt and what I'm working on at that time. But more and more, especially since the album Sujud, for example, that's really thematic, you know. Each song is thematic and sequential. So it's like I was trying to, not a storytelling, but to make the title Sujud is really strong. So in order to emphasize that one word, which is for me is a very the most humble gesture that the man can make, you know, to you know. So it's a very strong word. So in order to describe that word in a more profound way, I have to break it down into different songs and different lyrics. So the whole journey of that lyrics in that album, for example, tells the experience or what I want to convey from that gesture. And then especially after that, Altisa is even more so, because it's also a sequential narrative. It's a storytelling, basically, you know. So just like that. So the lyrics are all from what kind of theme that the album is trying to convey, or what is the story of this album. So that's how I approach the storytelling. Yeah, the lyrics.
much more focused over the albums. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Sujud is to prostrate yourself. Is that correct?
Sorry.
Sujud is to bow toward the earth. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. To me, it seems like that there's a strong element of both spirituality, but also sort of like quasi-apocalyptic sort of themes, which are there from the beginning, but get more focused over the albums.
Yes, exactly. Initially, from the album Acaraki, I was not really sure yet, because that's the album is all about finding the formula for the band. So I was trying to explore how I should write the lyrics. There are many different kinds of styles there, from pantun style, from normal style, from a love story, not kind of love, but many different kind of angle, even including two children's song like Jaranan and what was the other one, Kereta. Yeah, those two were actually children's folk songs, so I included those. So but more and more as I learn myself, and also exploring myself vocally, I become more and more clear about what I need to be or what I need to do as an artist or as a human being, and then that will be reflected in what I write for the music. Yes.
I was wondering why there were the two songs from the first album that didn't have the lyrics in there, but because that they're not yours. Okay, it makes sense.
Yes. Oh, now, okay, you noticed that, right? Yeah, that's not mine. They're children folk songs. Yes.
Okay, but yes, so that makes sense given the evolution that the lyrics should be grouped by album, and it appears sequentially because of how they're all how they're connected.
Yeah, I think so. It will be better that way. More makes sense. Yeah, because it's a journey of myself personally as well. Yeah, and also the more and more I have other projects as well, the more and more I try to what you call it, group them, not to so it's very different, how the lyrics would be. So it has to be very different from Zoo, for example. It has to be very different, yeah, in terms of the theme, the styling and everything.
I think there's a certain way your lyrics work. This might sound a bit weird, where I think there's kind of a like constructive ambiguity, where you might be talking about or thinking about a particular experience you had in Indonesia or somewhere else, but because you've written it a certain way, it could be read and sort of understood from different angles or different places. Like it's not like something happening here; it could be over here as well, or some other place.
Yeah,
it becomes like more open and more kind of not universal, but because people can see other things than what you said at first, which I think is quite interesting.
I agree. Yeah, it has to be like that. For me, I never write lyrics in any projects that is really obvious and specific to a very clear experience or event or place or date. It has to be like that. So yeah, in order to be ambiguous, because when it's ambiguous, people can relate to their own experience and their own view, and that becomes what you call it, eternal, right? Can be used anytime, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let me take a breath for a bit. And let's think about something nice to say. Hello. It's very nice to be here for the first time in a place called Folkestone. It's been profound. The next song is pretty grim, so yeah. Yeah, and it's also one of the most difficult songs for me to sing. Yeah, yes. This one's called Allegory.
Can you tell me a bit more about the spiritual dimension of your lyrics? Because I'm not a terribly spiritual person, so I can understand it's important, but I don't understand it as much.
Okay, yeah. The way I view it is like I never put myself as in the lyrics writing as the one writing the lyrics or to tell something to people. Myself or the writer is a human being, then it is a human experience. So it's not my personal view or angle. It's a human. As a human, human write this lyric. You know what I mean? So it's like that's my my mindset, my zone when I write that. So it's like that, and that I think more profound than just the personal. It's more reflect. You reflect yourself as part of something. If you want to criticize or if you want to condemn, is you myself is part of that because I'm out of that. You know, so I have to look at it from a different perspective. Yes, and that I think spiritual, right? Spiritual is put yourself out of the perspective, so you see yourself there. So that's how I try to aim. What do you think?
But then that also connects to all those focus on sort of the earth and sort of weather and storm and sort of these bigger forces.
Yeah. Also that is the idea of what I always say about connection between human and the nature or environment is that human is actually just a tiny part of that, and it's like the lyrics I read is always emphasize that human is just a part of nature. We always say connection between human and nature, but it's actually is just to emphasize that we are part of it. We are the physical form that breathe life, just like the trees, just like whatever there is, you know. And that means the idea there is that there has to be something bigger than what we see in our reality as we perceive it. This is just a very, very shallow interpretation of reality. This is what in Senyawa, this is really the core idea of yeah.
It's kind of like the popular story about the blindfolded philosophers and the elephant. We have like 10 dudes who are blindfolded, trying to feel an elephant, and when one feels the trunk, it says, "Oh, everything is this," and one feels the tail and says, "Oh, it's this." It's because they can only grasp the thing in front of them, not the whole.
Right, like an ant circling a water bottle will never know the full shape of the water bottle, right? Yeah.
Cool. Maybe one more thing, and I know you're busy to say let me go. You use a lot of sort of extended vocal techniques, a lot of sort of guttural growls, bird song. There's all things going on, which are really cool. Does the use of particular like techniques change any of the meanings of the lyrics, or you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, in normal speech, you could sort of raise your voice and indicate sarcasm or mocking. But because I'm just listening and you know.
Yeah. Okay. So this is another thing that I'm exploring, especially in Senyawa, especially in the beginning, that the idea of native sound or like human sound, like human were born, but then they never choose what language they speak, right? Human never choose what language is given or is like by the parents or by the environment they grew up in. But that tells a lot of things, because language not only helps, actually shape your logic or your way you think. And then that makes you, that also shape how you feel the world, how you feel everything. That means it decides of who you will be because of the language you speak. And this is a very core, like a wake up, you know what I mean? Like that made my mind blow when I realized this, that, okay, so exploring the sound that you know, just trying out, experiment or push what your voice can make that is comfortable for you, that is you, that is actually the search of that, your true voice. So it's not the language, it's the voice that I think what makes someone unique. Language is something for external that decide about decide your identity, but your true identity is, you never know unless you try. When you now and more now, I think I'm more comfortable. I really know much more about my own voice compared to, I don't know, 10 years ago or 5 years ago even, you know, where I still like trying to many things. Now I try less and less, or only use some techniques that I can instantly summon, you know, so that's, I'm comfortable. So I know what my voice sounds like now, or what the reaction it has on my body, whether it's safe or not. And now I more and more figure it out. So that means I can really focus now on the lyrics, on how to make it really stand out. While before, the techniques actually prevent me from being articulate, and I aware of that. I mean, for example, Wukir complains a lot in the beginning, like that I don't understand what you're saying, because I at the same time I want to explore the voice, but at the same time it has words. So you know what I mean? So but now more and more I know, because I'm more comfortable, so I know this word I don't want to create like a weird technique. I just want to be clear with the way I say it in a more interesting way, but then the technique will be used to emphasize the feeling instead of the ruining the words. So there are two completely different things now that I'm trying to manage and trying to make it better and better, how to, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you were saying moving more towards trying to focus on the theme and subordinating everything you do to developing the theme. That's the same thing of using technique not for itself, but as it fits the theme and fits the song.
Yes, exactly. And it's actually when you are better with the techniques, it actually helps a lot more in terms of trying to emphasize the feeling or the point. Really helps you. And then because the sound that is weird, that is unusual, will get people's attention, and then it will evoke some feeling, and especially some frequency. If you really know what the effects on your body, you would know that what the effects on other people's body when they hear it. And that thing is really important. Like for me, it's a revelation, like wow, I know, so it's not just a technique. It's not about the technique. Sorry, it's not about the technique. It's about the sound. It's about the voice. It's about the sound of the voice, and what the impacts of that frequencies to your body and other people's bodies, or mind, or feeling, or experience. And that's for me is what's more important now than just exploring weird techniques or extended techniques. I try to emphasize, and I like your technique. I'm not really interested to talk about what techniques I'm using, anymore. Because in the end, it's just technique. It's nothing but a technique. It's just yeah. Something like that.
Although I don't think you're going to be able to escape that, because you do things with your voice that I've never heard anyone else do. So I think you're going to keep getting questions about that.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm doing a different experiment for that to try to further that. Yeah, right now.
Cool.
Okay, we have one last song to. We wanted to play much longer, but we have so many gigs to play for the next 2 months. So this has been very nice to be here. Thanks thanks so much for having us, and we are Senyawa from Indonesia.
One more song couldn't help. Segala di dunia, tanggalkan nama 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 segala di dunia. See you again someday soon. Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.